which I'm just going to let you know how the practice is going to go. We're going to do a short centering, some gentle movement, and then we're going to do a mini workshop-y kind of thing. So where basically I'm going to explain a little bit more about restorative yoga. And we're going to explore how to achieve is not the best word, but like try to set the conditions for rest. So we're going to do that together. You'll be able to unmute, you'll be able to put questions in the chat, comments, and things like that. We'll do that for a few minutes, and I'm going to give you some ideas and some things like that, so that we can then go into Shavasana, which is corpse or relaxation pose. And oh God, yeah, and then so we'll be only in Shavasana today, because I thought that was a good one to start with. And I'll give a couple of options as well, which is lying down. There's quite a few options for lying down, and some options for seated as well. And in Shavasana, we do some pranayama, which is working with the breath, meditation, and then we'll have some time at the end, I hope, for some shares, comments, any questions that you have, things like that. So welcoming Ellie, welcoming, who else came in? Jennifer. What else? That's it. Okay, does that sound good? So for the centering, you can go seated, lying down, you can walk around, you can roll around, you can do anything you want as long as you're comfortable, and you can start to find your own expression of stillness. So your eyes may be closed, or finding a soft gaze. And arriving here where your body is. So not in the past, not in the future, but in the present moment. Letting the chair or the bed, the floor support you. Settling in where you are. Maybe noticing the points of contact with that support. Maybe making any adjustments so that you are even more comfortable and even more supported. Noticing your breath. The rise of your heart center as you inhale. And the fall as you exhale. Not trying to change anything. You're good as you are right now. Noticing any sensations. And doing so with a sense of curiosity and compassion, whether that judgment or adding any labels of good or bad. I know that when we live with chronic pain or fatigue, discomfort, it's not that easy to do. So I'm honoring that effort that you're doing by noticing anything that's present for you right now. So as you go inside your body, mind, keeping that notice on your breath and all sensations. As the mind maybe starts to quiet and slow down. If it doesn't, that's fine. That is really hard to do. And the mind is there to create thoughts. So it's just doing its job. There's nothing wrong with that. And so with your breath and your presence, we are aiming to arrive and create some spaciousness between those thoughts, if we can, and allowing that spaciousness to create rest and grounding, if we can. Let's take some pre-unifying breaths together. Let's start with an inhale. And when you're ready, exhale everything. If you like, with the next inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. And with an exhale, just release. Gently those shoulders back. Next big inhale. Shoulders up to the ears if you like. And exhale, maybe with a big ah sound. And stay here, or if you like, we can add a bit of movement. So I can see Angie doing some pressure release. So you can do this, or you can add a sway from side to side. Welcoming Tia. You can rock back and forth. Just very gentle at this point. And you can stay here with that gentle sway, or Or you can add some side bends, so either with the arms raised and going a bit further to one side, and then the other. Just doing this for a few moments. Just to release some tension in the body. You're welcome to do any movement that your body mind is craving right now. So if that's you could do like a gentle twist. And then the other side. You may want to add some cat and cow. So cat would be arching like a cat, big angry cat. So rounding the spine, and your head is looking towards the floor with a big exhale. And then for cow, we are arching the root of the spine, and the spine is arching on the, well, you know how to do cat and cow, but showing, and the head can go up or not. And just adding a bit of mobility as you can into the spine. You can stay with that sway, and those side bends. Or any other movements that feels good right now. As long as you keep it gentle, don't start doing any headstands on me. I see you, Ellie. I see you were thinking about it. Yeah, I like that as well, Ellie. Just reaching with your hands and stretching a little. And then Sarah is doing some form of eagle arms, so like a hug. I like this as well. This is really good. Just taking inspiration from you all. And then changing the arms if you were doing that hug or eagle arm version. Good. If you're ready to stop moving anytime, just come back to your seat or lying down and just settle down. And then last few moments of gentle movements, just slowing down. And then when you're ready, just taking a pause, as in Pause. Just stop for a second and noticing how you feel. How's your breath? How's your body? Has anything changed? Taking another moment to check in with yourself. And so for this class, in general, we're gonna explore what rest is. This is something that is not that easy to access, and especially in this world where productivity, perfectionism, individualism is centered. And so I thought for this first one, it would be good to have a bit of time together to explore what a restorative shape could be like. So I was talking about Shavasana, corpse, or relaxation pose. So that's one part of it, is the actual shape of the body. But there are some other things that could be conducive to rest. Welcome in, Patricia. So those other things, there's some elements that are important, that are nice to have, but that you do not need. So for example, quiet. Sometimes that is hard to control because we could be in a room where there's lots of noise inside or outside. So, and I can't control that for you. I can be quiet myself during the practice, and I will aim to do this as much as possible. But in your own environment, I would invite you to think about how you can bring that sense of quiet. And then there's lights. So Ellie asked about that actually on Tuesday, which was a really good question. You may want to switch off your lights. If you have any on, you could draw the blinds. You can also have an eye mask or eye pillow or like a really light scarf and just bring it over your eyes. That would be one way to bring. We're not napping. Well, I mean, you can sleep. That is absolutely fine. That is a great rest. But we are setting some conditions where the body can access rest and grounding and soothing. And so when we do cover the eyes, it does tell the brain, oh, okay, there is something that happens that is more conducive for rest. Then the stillness, and that does not mean that you cannot move. It means exploring what stillness means to you. It's the same than quiet, to be honest. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. And then there's warmth, so temperature. When we practice restorative yoga, if we're staying in the same position for a while, the body temperature can lower, and that's normal. So you might want to bring some blankets, a duvet, anything that might help with that. If you're feeling quite warm right now, you could still have it near you, so that you can grab it during the practice if you feel like you're getting a bit cold. For example, for me, like my feet get really cold, so I always wear socks. It seems really, simple, but sometimes it does impact the practice if, it's just a bit of preparation. So if you want, you can go and grab that. Is there any question at this point? Is there anything that you'd like to say or anything? Still clear. The other thing for restorative yoga is we're trying to be as supported, to support the body as much as possible. So it does mean bringing bolsters, pillows, stuffed animals, anything that will help you to find support. So whether you're seated or lying down, it's the same. I'll show you a few options on how to do this. Yeah, so basically what we're trying to do is that all parts of the body are supported and held. So there's no effort, there's no activation, so that the nervous system can really we can really soothe the nervous system and go into relaxation. So I see Melinda is nearly ready. That's good. So you can take a few minutes to go and grab anything. I'm not going to start the practice until another couple of minutes, or maybe more if you need more. That's absolutely fine. You're not going to miss anything. And also, all of this is part of the practice. So all of this is a practice of care for yourself. So it's not, oh, it's a drag, I need to go and grab this. No, it's about, I'm going to go and grab that pillow because I want to take care of myself. Personally, it took me a long time to understand this and to really apply it. And I still struggle sometimes because I think, again, we don't really live in a society that allows us to do this. So you're not missing anything. You're not taking more space than you should. You're not taking more time than you should. It's all part of a care practice for yourself. Do anyone have any question? You can unmute or put in the chat if you like. I'm going to show an option for seated Shavasana. So if you'd like to stay seated, you can bring some bolsters or pillow underneath your knees so that you have a bit more support on the lower back. You can add some pillows for your back, and then trying to position it in a way that your neck and head is supported as well. So it's not just dangling in the air. You may bring one pillow as well on top of your thighs so that your arms and hands are resting on top of the pillow, and so that your shoulders are nice and relaxed as much as possible. If you have a blanket, then make sure that it's near you if you don't need it right now. You may also, I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, but at some point I will not talk. You can also take a blanket and roll it and put it around your neck. If you don't have a pillow, for example, behind you, that can provide some nice support for your neck. And then you can kind of roll it around so that you even have some support for your hands and arms, and you just reclining onto your chair, taking as much space as you can on your chair, and rest. You may also bring a pillow underneath your feet to elevate so that it also helps the lower back. If you're lying down, you can lie down on your back, on the sides, or on the belly. It's totally up to you, whichever shape you wish. Traditionally, relaxation Shavasana is with the arms by the side and the legs slightly apart. You can go as wide as you want, take as much space as you want. You can bring some pillows underneath your hands and arms to provide more support, to get the floor or the bed up to your body. Of course, a pillow for your head. I would highly recommend a bolster or a pillow underneath your knees so that your lower back is even more supported. For people who have POTS, for example, dysautonomia, things like that, I would highly recommend you elevate your legs and feet. That will help with your blood pressure to just be nice and stable as possible. I'm saying that because it's something that really helps me. So And that's a nice one to do. If you're on the side, you can bring a pillow on the in between your knees. That's quite nice. Try not to have your knees choking against each other. And on the belly, have a bit of height on the chest and the belly, and have your hands by your side or above the head, but all supported, so nothing is dangling over the bed or the couch or anything like that, unless that's what you want. But yeah, I think everybody's ready for me to start. That was a lot of information. And so for these first few moments, we are slowing down and we are noticing what's happening in our body with the sensations, with the breath. And since we may be in a shape that we're not usually in, or we are, but we're trying to sleep or napping or whatever, it is okay to notice and move if you need. Do some micro adjustments. Take that extra pillow, take that extra blanket. That is part of the practice of coming back into our body, into our breath, and just noticing what we need so that we can have that care for ourselves. Essentially, we're looking for the moment where your body is sighing a big of relief. That is the dream, the aim of the practice. And so there's no urgency here, there's no perfectionism, there's no perfect rest. There is only the rest that you can try to have today. And it's, again, absolutely fine if at some point you need to change position, if you are on your back. You may want to go to the side at some point. You don't even have to stay in Shavasana. You can go into a different shape, like child's pose, if you're familiar with it. It is your practice. It is your body. It is your time. I'm only here as a guide. So any offering is completely subjective, and all the choices remain with you. So for now, the question I will leave you with for a few minutes is, how can you now surrender to the support? To the support of the chair, of the bed, of the floor, of the couch, and ultimately of the earth. As you are being held by that space around you, by this Sangha, this community, how can you surrender? So perhaps there's some softening of the body, taking some big breaths, noticing the spaciousness of your thoughts or not. It's all about noticing and aiming to surrender. I'm gonna leave you for a few moments in silence, but I'm here, everybody's here, and you are held again by this community and the space around you. Continue with this, and if you need to bring in some gentle movement, then please feel free to do so. Sometimes it is a practice to find stillness in inward and outward. What I like to do most often is within each inhale, I open the palms, and with each exhale, the palms go face down. So inhale, palms up, and exhale, palms down. If that helps you with finding that surrender or that to rest, to the support, then that is an offering that I can give. And also, if any emotions are brought to the surface, that is absolutely normal. Restorative yoga is known to do that because sometimes when we hold so much tension and so much discomfort and so much pain in our body, when we actually give our body mind some time to rest and just be, then it can just bring up quite a lot of emotions. So know that that's normal, and if it's too much, then maybe do that movement with the palms, or just bring any other movement that would feel supportive to you. So the sway, Just also bringing your hands to your body and touching your body can also really help. We can discuss that more afterwards as well. But know that this is normal and that we are here. I'm here with you. So I'm going to leave you again in silence for a few minutes. And again, we're all here together. Everything is good, I hope. And see you in a bit. And if you like, continue as you are. I'm gonna offer simple meditation that we're gonna send the breath to parts of the body, so it's some kind of body scan. So starting with the lower body, with the toes, and sending the breath to the toes, to the feet, and softening as it goes. And breathing in and sending that breath to the calves, the legs, the knees, bringing a softening to the area. Next inhale, sending care and softening to your thighs as they settle and surrender even more to the support around you. Inhale, softening the pelvic bowl, the hips, and the belly. Inhale, softening the root of the spine, the lumbar area. Each breath bringing some care and love to your body. Next inhale, bringing that softening and care to the chest, to your heart center, your lungs, all these organs around there, striving for your survival. sending them some love and some care. Inhale, bringing that same love to your shoulder blades and your collarbones. And next inhale, bringing that love and softening to your fingers, your hands, that do so much for us. And the same love and softening as you inhale to your wrists, your arms, your elbows, your upper arms, softening as you go, surrendering even more to that support around you and within you that comes with each inhale and each exhale. And inhale, softening the throat, the neck, and softening with the next inhale, the jaw, the mouth, all the muscles around there, the inside of the mouth, the tongue, softening as best as you can. Next inhale, bring that care and softening to the nose, to the eyes, all the muscles of the eyes, the eyebrows, the third eye point, softening as best as you can. Next inhale, bringing in that softening to the forehead and the skull, the crown of the head, and your ears. And for the next 3 breaths, send that care, that love to the whole of your body as it unified into one body, your wholeness. All of you is cared for, is loved, and is soft. Taking that love, that care, that support into your heart center. You may place the hand on top of each other on top of your heart if that helps you, or in Anjali Mudra, which is prayer pose, so palms facing each other and touching. As an offering of gratitude to the sacred practices of yoga, our teachers that have protected for centuries these practices so that we can still benefit from them today. An offering of gratitude to yourself for showing up, to your body for allowing you to be here, even when there's pain, discomfort, there's always some space for joy, for rest, for love and care. And I'll acknowledge the effort that it took for you today to be here in practice together. An offering of gratitude to this community for the support and the care and the love and the wisdom and the fun that we have together every week. An offering of gratitude to the land, to Earth, for holding us and nourishing us every single day. You may dedicate this practice to someone who needs some extra support today. So either a person, a being, a group of people, a land, a cause. And to seal the merit of this practice, I'll offer a blessing of metta. You may join if you like, or listen. May all beings everywhere and with no limits be happy, well, safe, free from harm and from suffering. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be free and liberated. So thank you so much for this practice. And for joining us today. You can bring some gentle movement back into the body, opening your eyes, welcoming back the light, coming back into your space and to one another, taking your time, or you may stay where you are and enjoy even more shavasana. That's absolutely fine. Just take some time for yourself to come back if you are coming back. And we have a few minutes if you want to have any conversations, if you have any questions about the practice. Or you can say bye-bye.